The Tournament of Power is getting crazier and crazier. And remember, you can watch every single episode on Verve, the new platform created by Crunchyroll, and not just Dragon Ball Super subtitled. You can watch tons of anime, including anime dubs. My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan, Monster Hunter. These are some of the newer dubs, but also you can get classic dubs like Cowboy Bebop, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Soul Eater, and many more. And tons more coming in the future. The link is down below for a free trial. A little over 2 years ago, Dragon Ball Super began, and it was a show that many of us never thought would happen. None of us in the 90s and into the 2000s ever dreamed that we'd get another Dragon Ball series after Dragon Ball GT. There were rumors about AF and Hoshi and all that stuff, but finally in July of 2015, Dragon Ball Super began its broadcast on television, on Fuji TV, and now 2 years later we celebrate 100 episodes. A lot of us didn't even think we'd ever be here. A lot of people thought that Super was only going to be Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, and the Universe 6 tournament. That's all we got announced early on. Then the Future Trunks arc happened, and now here we are in the second tournament, which is getting more and more interesting, I would say, as the weeks go by. A much bigger and much more important tournament that might lead to bigger things later on. But here we are with Dragon Ball Super episode 100. It's my review, and I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me get to where I'm at and for being here with me and talking about this crazy and wacky Japanese cartoon that we all grew up loving. So, without any further ado, that long-ass intro, I'm very thankful and very humble and very happy that we're here at episode 100. So that's why I had that long-ass intro. Let's talk about the episode 100. Dai Bosso Mezame Araburu Kyosenshi. That translates to Rampage. The Savage Berserker Awakens. Last week, of course, we had the shocking elimination of Krillin by Frost from Universe 6. Universe 7 is down one man, but they still have 9 people left. As of right now, Universe 6 has no eliminations. Same with Universe 11, and Universe 9 is completely done. There have been other eliminations, but right now, Krillin can no longer help them. So it's up to Goku and the gang to do what they can to win this damn thing. And after watching this episode, I'm thinking, man, this is going to be a lot harder than we had anticipated. This episode was nuts. All right, so I've pretty much enjoyed every episode of this tournament so far. They've all been fun, but this one was like a step above. All right, this is probably my favorite episode that we've seen so far because of how just absolutely insane it was. So the episode begins with Team Universe 7 united together. There's explosions all around them. We see a little bit of the Vegeta versus Botamo Magetta combo, and then Vegeta sees Kabe, and Kabe wants to fight his he calls him his master, but Vegeta and him, he didn't really train him, he just kind of helped him unlock his power. So it was pretty cool because Kabe's walking toward Vegeta. The thing about this episode, I want to say this before I go any further, there were so many homages to Dragon Ball Z movie, especially the Broly movies, obviously, but we got some homages to other movies too in this episode, and I loved them. For example, here's a good one that maybe folks didn't notice. When Kaba's walking toward Vegeta, these two dudes come up from the sides to attack him, and he just goes, "Fa-fam!" and he just knocks each one of those two guys out with one shot. One shot per guy, just thrashes them. Really reminded me of the scene in the BoJack movie where Gohan's walking towards BoJack, and his henchmen come up from the sides, and he just "Fa-fam!" and just, rocks them. Really reminded me of that. And Kaba's always been seen as a Gohan-type character. So he transforms, and Vegeta's like, oh, cool, whatever. So we have Hit. He's chilling. He's fighting that Universe 3 cyborg who tries to nail him, but ends up getting time skipped and flicked. So the guy's powering up like a big blast. Like I said, Hit uses the time skip, and he just flicks the guy. So there was a lot of talk like 2 or 3 months ago, actually, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, about whether or not Hit could do the time skip. I did a video where I pretty much explained that yes, Hit could do the time skip. A lot of people were saying, oh, he's not going to be able to, but I was saying, no, he can, because in the world of Void, when they said that it's a world that has no time, what they're talking about is that the time in the world of Void does not affect the other universes around it. Obviously, there's going to be time in the world of Void because of the fact that we have a time limit on the tournament, which is, 48 minutes or so. So the whole thing is, yes, Hit can do the time skip, and he uses it very effectively here. More on that later, because I got something else to cover later on that I was really, really happy about. So this red dude, this lobster-looking guy, I didn't get his name. He's swinging on Kale, swinging on him, and swinging on Kale, and Kale's having some trouble with this guy. So she's backing up, and she backs up right into Napapa's belly, who of course is much larger. Napapa being the pink sumo guy. Did a video on him a couple weeks ago. You remember him. He hasn't been around for a couple weeks, but, Universe 10 guy. He grabs her by the hair. Dude starts to rock Kale in the body. So the guy in the red's just nailing her in the body with big shots. This girl's getting lit. She's taking a pounding, and they even refer to her as the human punching bag, which I thought was kind of funny. You almost feel bad for her, and then, of course, you remember what she's capable of and realize those dudes might be feeling the pain real soon. So Caulifla saves Kale. Very interesting. This episode, of course, in case you didn't know, was all about Caulifla and Kale. Like, episode 100 of Super is all about those two characters and their interactions. So, anyways, this is crazy. So, Caulifla decides to take on these guys. She powers up. Caulifla lunges his belly at her, and she stops him. She powers up again. Then she monkey flips Napapa over. He cracks the side of the ring, and then when he cracks it, she freaking falls over. She falls over, and he's out. He's out of the tournament. I actually forgot to mention that right before this. Caulifla transforms and starts to stomp a mud hole in the red crab dude. And walking it dry. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many Jim Ross quotes I'm going to bust out during this review, but it's certainly going to be more than one. So Caulifla uses a wrestling move on the sumo. He's out. He falls down the crevice. Caulifla is tougher than a $2 steak. There's another one. So Caulifla tries to inspire Kale. She's like, why don't you use your full power? I have faith in you. Go take on him. And she points at Goku. And they have Goku fighting that yard rat guy. Who's using the teleportation move all around him, but Goku still hits him anyway. So the yard rat guy is seeing some action here in this episode. So Caulifla runs to Goku and asks him about Blue, because she saw him use Blue against Universe 9. She's never seen that before. She wants Goku to teach her how to do Blue, but he doesn't think she can do it. He doesn't think so. So Kale then tries to power up and unlock that power that Caulifla wants her to unlock, but she fails. So Caulifla powers up and then gets really buff, like really jacked. And this picture, there was a photo that had leaked a couple weeks ago where you see her big and buff and jacked. And she gets really big and she attacks Goku, but she can't land a hit because, of course, she is too slow. Goku tells her point blank, you don't have enough speed. So it does appear like Caulifla was indeed using the form known as Super Saiyan Grade 3 or Ultra Super Saiyan. The Ultra part's a fan term, the same one that Trunks used against Perfect Cell back in Dragon Ball Z. So Goku then goes to Super Saiyan Grade 5, otherwise known more popularly as Super Saiyan 2. If you're new to the channel, I have an old video where I explained all the Super Saiyan transformations, their original names and all that. I will leave a link to that at the end of this video for you to check out. It's an older video. I'm still pretty proud of it, but I will be doing an updated version sometime this year. I don't have plans for it to be that soon because I'm still waiting for more information on Rose and Rage and even Berserk. So until I get more info, I'm going to hold off because I do want to cover those transformations as well. But I'll leave a link to that one in the meantime. So Goku does Super Saiyan 2. Caulifla, of course, marks out over this transformation. She's so freaking happy. I love the fact that Caulifla is a lot like Goku. Like, think about it for a minute. Caulifla's always been kind of this rebellious kind of girl, very free-spirited from what we've seen. She wants to get stronger. I think that Goku and Caulifla might be kindred spirits, and I would love it if Dragon Ball Super explored like an older brother, younger sister type of relationship with them. I don't know if they will, but that'd be great. Same thing with Vegeta and Kaba. I would love to see that Kaba become like his next son, quote-unquote son, like Trunks is. I would love to see that, even if it's just for one arc. I really like that. She's totally wanting to get stronger. So Goku's urging her to power up, and she does it. She has the blue sparks. She becomes Super Saiyan 2. Now, I'm cool with this, but I can see some people being pissed off about it. It's interesting, though, because I could have sworn that Caulifla was already 2 back a few weeks ago when she had fought Kale for that brief time when Kale first unlocked it. So I'm guessing that what happened here is maybe Caulifla did unlock Super Saiyan 2 back then, but didn't know what it was, wasn't really sure what to call it, how to handle that power. Sort of like how in the Room of Spirit and Time in Dragon Ball Z, Gohan tapped into SS2 for just a second, and then he lost it. So I think that might be the case here. But now, as she fights with Goku and trains with Goku, Goku will teach her how to, master that form. And I love Super Saiyan 2. I'm happy that Super Saiyan 2 is getting so much love. That was my favorite transformation back in the day. And it might still be, actually. I really love that form. Everything about it, the way it looks, the way Gohan did it against Cell, just love it. So Goku tells her about Super Saiyan 3, and he's like, oh yeah, you should try to do it one day. Maybe you'll get strong. I can't imagine how angry some fans are going to be if she unlocked SS3 and Vegeta doesn't. If this would piss you off, leave a comment down below. If it doesn't piss you off, let me know also. Do you think it's bad that she gets 3 and Vegeta doesn't? I mean, I think Vegeta's way past that shit, but whatever. So Goku and her trade Ki Blast, and it gets physical. I really enjoyed this fight. Caulifla's getting her some, but Goku kicks her away like nothing. Kale's watching Caulifla and Goku fight, and she's starting to get irritated. She throws a Ki Blast to get involved to help Caulifla, but Goku's like, he gets hit by, he blocks or whatever. He's like, what is this? Like, leave me alone. Like, you're annoying me. Kale does not want to be a disappointment. Now, another juxtaposition, another comparison that, I bring up, not just with Kaba, but with Kale. Kale reminds me of the early Dragon Ball Z Gohan. Like how early DBZ Gohan kept making mistakes and whatnot, irritating Piccolo. I really like the similarities between the Universe 6 and Universe 7 Saiyans. I like that they're purposely kind of telling us that these are flawed characters. They're learning, and it's almost like we're going back to DBZ. It's like with Goku in Universe 7, and Vegeta, that's Universe 7, that's Super. And then we have Caulifla, Kale, and Kaba, who are kind of like going back to Dragon Ball Z. Like, Kaba's just learned Super Saiyan, like Goku Dynamic, and then, Caulifla's doing the buff form. And I like that. I like that they're just catching up, But, of course, because they have more potential, because they evolve differently, there is an excuse for it. Whether or not you like that excuse, I mean, that's up to you. I respect your opinion either way. So Kale starts to cry. She's getting more and more mad. Then she transforms Berserk. And then it becomes a retelling of the first Broly movie. And actually a little bit of the second Broly movie. If you are a Broly fan, even if you don't like Super, you're probably going to get a kick out of this. I just don't see how you don't. She goes Berserk. Green and everything. Same transformation. She starts screaming out, Son Goku! Just like how Broly did in the Japanese version. In the dub, they'll probably just have her say Goku instead of Son Goku, because they don't really call him Son Goku in the dub. Not only once in Kai, I think they referred to him as that. But anyways, Goku and Vegeta are surprised at Kale's transformation. Kale fires a shot and is about to get thrown out, but fires a shot and she powers up and Caulifla's flying back. She's about to get thrown out, but Hit uses the time skip to stop her from getting eliminated. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think that Hit's time skip could be useful as a defensive tactic to stop his partners from getting thrown out. Oh my goodness. Like, this makes him even more dangerous in this tournament environment because he can now stop his buddies from getting thrown out. I didn't even think of that. I feel so dumb. So Hit tells Caulifla, you seem to have awakened something terrifying or something like that. So she's screaming, Son Goku, Son Goku, Son Goku, just like Broly. She grabs Goku by the ankle and literally does what Hulk did to Loki in the Avengers, where she's like, bah, 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 puny god. And her and Goku are just thrashing each other. There are so many little Broly homages here, like little frames, little shots. She's using the thing where she's grabbing Goku by the face and throwing him into buildings, throwing little green balls, yelling Son Goku. It's exactly like Broly. I mean, exactly. It's exactly like Broly. So then, here's the topper. Here's the icing on the cake. Goku goes blue. So now we have blue versus green. Okay, cool. I'm digging it so far. She's coming at Goku. Goku powers up a Kamehameha, fires it at Kale, and she walks through the Kamehameha just like Broly. Dog, this woman, Kale, the female Broly, did almost exactly what Broly did in Dragon Ball Z Movie 8, where he tanked the Kamehameha and walked through it, except she did it. She walked through the Kamehameha like Broly, but this is different because this is the blue Kamehameha. This is not the regular Cell Saga era Kamehameha that Goku was doing back then. This is the blue Kamehameha. She freaking walked through a blue Kamehameha. I know you feel me right now. I know you do. I know you understand where I'm coming from as to why that's crazy. Talk about a Broly homage. So then she jump again. No, we ain't done yet. She jumps to this big mountain, like in the preview, and she just starts firing ki blasts everywhere. And that mountain, of course, is supposed to look like the little plateau that Broly was on in the Second Coming movie. So she's firing all these ki blasts everywhere. The ground's getting destroyed. There's people getting eliminated. I didn't even see who it was. It went by so fast. They're falling out of the ring. She's just... Her ki blast barrage is going everywhere. Just amazing. And she's still yelling Son Goku. Then we have an awesome scene. And again, this had to have been... Somebody had to have seen Batman v Superman at Toei. She is acting like Doomsday, and from behind, the T-Rex looking Pride Trooper does an energy lasso to tie up Kale. They literally... Okay, maybe it's not right from that movie, but you get what I'm saying, right? You see the Wonder Woman comparison. The dude does the energy lasso to tie up Kale like Wonder Woman did in the freaking Batman v Superman movie. But of course, that does nothing. She turns around and bam, he's out. They show the Omni King eliminating him in the God Pad. This dude is out. Pride Troopers have lost a man, from what we gather. She screams. The Pride Troopers are watching this shit from afar. Jiren says, you know what? The alpha Jiren's like, fuck it. You know what? I'll take care of this. He jumps in, fires an orange ki blast at Kale. She flies back. He turns around. He poses. He's like, it's done. Boom. Huge explosion. I'm thinking, okay, did he just kill this girl? But he did not. Kale comes down. She's completely out of her Berserker form. Gets caught by Caulifla. So Hit is shocked. Even Hit is shocked at this. But it's one of those things where, like, everybody's shocked. Like, dude, Jiren... So, okay, let's do some little mini power scaling here. Kale tanked a blue Kamehameha. And Jiren one-shot her out of her form. That's impressive, bro. How in the hell are they going to beat Jiren, dude? I can't. This made Jiren even bigger in my eyes, even more impressive than I could have ever imagined, dude. I'm loving it. Oh, that reminds me. I almost forgot. I don't want to leave this out of the review. Vegeta does mention that when Kale transforms, he believes it could be the original Super Saiyan transformation. He does not say legendary. Toei is purposely trying to avoid using the word densetsu, which means legendary, because that will confuse people into thinking that Broly's, part of this universe and not just a movie character. So he's not saying legendary. He's saying it could be the first form, which again, I want more information on this to see how we can incorporate that into my videos and into, of course, the guidebooks of the future and whatnot. So that's why I'm holding off on doing that Super Saiyan transformation, the updated one, because I want more information on this. But it looks like Vegeta might think that this might be like, it's basically legendary without them saying legendary. That's pretty much what it is. So Caulifla catches Kale, and she's totally like knocked out. She's not out of the tournament. She's just weak. And they decide to powder out. They leave, and this is not the last we've seen of them. Goku goes face-to-face with Jiren, and that is the cliffhanger for what has to be my favorite episode of this arc since the tournament began so far. The Frieza one, I think 95. I think that's my favorite one, or maybe 96, I forget. But this is my favorite one since the tournament began. I love this episode so much. Next week, Pride Troopers in action. Many fights. Castro gets the spotlight. Kale and Caulifla. So much going on. What an insane episode of Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was crazy. So many homages. Lots of action. Really, this is what we came to see. We waited several months since February 5th for this, so there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments of this crazy episode. Did you enjoy it? What do you think about Kale? How strong is this Jiren character? Jesus, there's so much to talk about. And don't forget, you can watch Dragon Ball Super on Verve. Tons of new things coming to Verve very, very soon, but stuff that's already there. All of Dragon Ball Super is there in Japanese. There are some English dubs of other anime like Yu Yu Hakusho. Currently, Super dubbed is not on there yet, but perhaps one day it will be. That's something that could happen. I can't really talk about it, but we'll see. But again, there's tons of stuff on there. Rooster Teeth content. They are the official sponsors of the Geekdom 101 Super Reviews, and I thank you for supporting me, supporting them. And we're at 300,000 anytime now, so I thank you for that humbly. And I look forward to continuing in this journey of doing videos with you guys because it's so much fun talking about Dragon Ball. I'll talk to you later. Have a great rest of your night.